On Wednesday, the European Parliament adopted a resolution providing the MEPs input to the upcoming negotiations with the British government on a new EU-UK partnership after the Brexit transition period. The text was adopted by 543 votes, with only 39 MEPs voting with no and 69 MEPs abstaining. Parliament wants the association agreement with the UK as deep as possible, based on three main pillars: an economic partnership, a foreign affairs partnership, and specific sectoral issues. However, a non-EU country can't enjoy the same benefits as a member state, and the integrity of the single market and the customs union must be preserved all the time. That's what MEPs say. To reach a new ambitious free trade agreement, MEPs broadly agree with the lines along which the Commission has proposed to negotiate. Given the size of the UK's economy and the proximity, future competition with the EU must be kept open and fair through a level playing field, which means guarantees on rules on, among other things, social, environmental, tax, aid, consumer protection and climate matters. To maintain quota-free and tariff-free relations, the British government should pledge to update its rule on, for instance, competition, labour rights and environmental protection in order to ensure a dynamic alignment of EU-UK laws, say MEPs. The resolution also made clear to gain Parliament's consent, and it is needed in the end, any EU-UK trade deal must be conditional on a prior agreement on fisheries in June 2020. If the UK does not comply with EU laws and standards, the Commission should evaluate possible quotas and tariffs for the most sensitive sectors, as well as the need for safeguard clauses for the protection of the EU single market. Its integrity is what the EU Parliament wants to protect the most. This is particularly important for food and agricultural products, which have to really strictly comply with EU rules. The text also contains chapters on citizen rights and mobility of persons, data protection, the future of financial services, and I'm quite sure that's the thing Boris really has his own eye on. Of course, the situation on the island of Ireland, the role of the European Court of Justice in settling disputes, EU programs and agencies, foreign policy and security matters, as well as other European Parliament priorities. By the way, just talking about the ECJ, Michael Gove said we never will be under the rule of the ECJ after the 1st of January. I suggest Mr. Gove and some of my viewers who comment on this the same way under some videos, read the withdrawal agreement again, because in the withdrawal agreement the UK already agreed and made it a law in the UK that the ECJ will have a say on many matters for the next 4 years, and on everything regarding the withdrawal agreement the ECJ will have the last word. But nevertheless, there are more issues there, because Parliament also supports the fact that Gibraltar will not be included in the scope of the agreements to be concluded, and that any separate agreement on Gibraltar will require the Spanish government's prior approval. This whole resolution is based on the European Commission's draft negotiation directive, which were presented that time by EU Chief Negotiator Michel Barnier on February 3rd. These directives are the frame that sets out the purpose, scope and objectives for the talk. And don't forget, these directives also needed the approval of the EU 27 in the EU Council, and that already happened on February 25th. And there's something I need to add. I'm planning a video where I want to answer your questions on the Brexit talks, on the German side of the Brexit talks, on the EU Council, on the EU Commission, or what happens in Parliament at the moment, and the relations of other countries of Europe with the Brexit. So if you want to take part in this, send me your message on Twitter. My address on Twitter is already there in the bottom of the video all the time. But please ask specific questions I can really answer with an answer, and don't have to make a full video about this. That's something else for another time. If you want to ask some questions, send me your question on Twitter. I'm going to make a selection and work on it in the next weeks. And I'm quite curious what you want to know. And if you now want to know more about European politics from a German point of view, I put my next video right here in the end screen. Click and enjoy. I'll see you there. Viel Spaß!